I'll take it to Mars, oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking, you'll swear, you're falling into me, touch me, I swear, you would do anything that I want, so keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free, I wanna make you sweat on me, I wanna make you sweat on me.
What is up, guys? Welcome to yet another episode of the CJ Unedited podcast. As you guys can tell, I am alone today. That is because I gave Chrissy the night off, as this is going to be a very short 20-25 minute episode that we wanted to do. We wanted to put out. Clearly, I'm not in my apartment. I am in someone else's. I am recording this on the fly on the eve of Valentine's night. So thank you guys for deciding to come in, tune in, and join us. First and foremost, as always, we're going to ask the same question of what are you drinking tonight, even though it's me, and that's just water, because I have to stand what better time. Also, go Chiefs, Super Bowl champions, so I'm super excited about that. Tonight, our interview is very simple and very fun. This past year, Squid Game, the challenge came out, and we decided, well, actually, I sat down with a really cool person who is from Squid Game, the challenge, who really showcased themselves. So without further ado, I am going to turn it over to that interview. So enjoy my interview with Spencer Hawkins from Squid Game, the challenge. There we go. But what's up, everybody? I am here with Spencer Hawkins, aka Player 299 from Squid Game, the challenge. Spencer, how are you today?
I am good. I am tired, but I am excited to be alive and to be doing everything I can.
Well, like I said just a few minutes ago, thank you for taking the time out to come out here. Huge fan of yours, have been since the very first episode. So obviously, you know that when I reached out to you multiple ways, but I just wanted to talk to you about the game and have you come on and just talk about your time on there. But for people who don't know who Spencer Hawkins is or Player 299, tell us a little bit about yourself and yeah.
So I don't know. I'm a software engineer right now. That's how I make my living. Living out in North Carolina, having a good time. And I guess the things that other people should care most about is that I also do some artsy things on the side. And I'm trying to share some of them with the world. And so I'll be publishing a play that I wrote and recorded as a podcast within the next week and working on publishing a book. So
I saw that you were into theater. Saw that you got your degree in theater.
Double major in theater and computer science.
Theater and computer science. I am a huge theater nerd. So we're going to circle back to that because my very last question has to do with theater and
Awesome.
not with Squid Game. But you were on Squid Game, Player 299. How did that come to be? And did you actually see the show before you decided to apply? Because
Never. I saw the original show before I applied. I'm a huge TV and movie guy. Not like I watch anything eclectic. I just watch the stuff that goes into movies and comes onto TV. So pretty normal in that. I applied for the show because a few years ago I had cancer. And when I recovered from it, I realized the two things in my life that were most important to me were connections with people and memorable experiences. So one thing that I always wanted to do was to be able to work on a film. Mm-hmm. And so later that year, I had the honor to work on a feature film set. And I was having the time of my life. And I got back to my hotel late one night. And I opened the YouTube app up on my phone. And the first ad, a big banner, said, apply now, Squid Game, the challenge. And I was like,
I saw that myself.
Yeah. And so I clicked that ad and I applied. And over the next few weeks, I just kept getting more phone calls until I was told that I was in. And I was applying for it because that I knew would be a new memorable experience for me, as well as if I won the money, I would be able to help take care of the people I cared about. And I'd also have the opportunity to make many friends on the show. And while I didn't get end up winning the money, I did get the other two things. So
I applied and the bad thing is I told everybody that I applied, and I was like, usually when I do that, I don't get anything. And when I don't tell people, that's when stuff happens. So I was kind of like, yeah.
Maybe you jinxed yourself there. Who knows?
I did. But no, first off, I did saw that you are in, you beat cancer. So congratulations. I'm super proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Going into the show, I heard or read your bio on Netflix that you had 9 siblings and you were the long distance runner. Did any of that help you in the game? You grew up with 9 siblings.
I guess it made me more used to being around people.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were overwhelmed in the dorms having so many other people around. And don't get me wrong, 200 people in a room is a lot different than just 9 or 10. But I love having people around. I might not always interact with everyone, but I love having people around.
So the long distance runner, is that true? Are you a long distance runner?
Yeah, depends how you define long distance. Some people run, dozens of miles whenever they want. I love to run anything above 5 is a lot of fun, especially over 10. I have ran 1 marathon and I hope to run more. And eventually I'd like to run ultra marathons. So stuff over 30, maybe even 50.
So I'm guessing that helped when you did red light, green light. And,
red light, green light wasn't really, it wasn't that far. It was just, I think, the length of one football field.
That's what I saw. It was the length of one football field, which is not far, but when you have to hold a position for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was a bit of an endurance challenge, a bit.
You obviously made an impact on people. And then you guys had to go into the white room, stand in line. What was your choice of, how did you end up in the front of the line?
I was just so excited to compete, and I wanted to compete and to be done with it. And so I was like, this line is the shortest right now, and I have a friend with me, and they're going that way, so I'll go with them. And that's where I ended up. Do you have any, looking back on it now before we get into the actual game, did you have any regrets for going into that line or, going that close up, or no? No, what happened is what happened. I don't think living with regrets really helps anyone.
Yeah. So you obviously first 4 people in have to pick eliminated. Next 4 in. One of your friends, 288.
Yeah.
Also eliminated. You go. So what was that feeling like, knowing that you had to be the next one in?
It's a lot of stress because it's thinking about how I'm going to have to come through this game.
Yeah.
And finish it out without my friend there, who just finished, who was just eliminated right in front of me. And then it's a lot of worry because I know that there's going to be a decision made when I come out of that room. And if no one else volunteers for Umbrella, then it's going to be because I did.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, instead of about the fact that so many more people are going to make it through this competition, I'm thinking about the fact that so many of them are going home. Yeah. And everybody's there for their own reason. And there's a lot of sob stories about why people really need that money.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about the fact that some of these people are going to be going home because of the decision I make. Yeah. And so I'm focusing on a lot of negative things and creating a positive feedback loop.
Well, we also got, I have to say, out of the entire series, the most iconic line. And I know I'm going to try to say it the way you did it, but you said, it's going to sound sexual, but spit on someone else's cookie.
Something along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I loved it. I thought it was good. And then I was rooting for you because obviously I know we didn't get the full side effect because I've heard other interviews with you that the names that you got called, the things that were said, it built up, and the emotions you
but
said
also
were
I'd say like not all the love is shown either.
Yeah,
there was definitely some people that came to show me support that weren't featured in the final moments.
But your emotions, I mean, and I think that's what more pulled me to you is I'm one of those people that I'm a people pleaser. I try to help everybody, and I want to see people succeed. And so watching you, go through those real raw emotions of throwing up and, all that, not throwing up, but all that, you got called the Meryl Streep of Squid Game. So
yep.
But what built into that? Like, what was going through your mind after, you held up the cookie and all? And
well, like I just said, it was just thinking about the fact that so many people are going to be going home, and it's just focusing on loss instead of opportunity.
Yeah. So obviously, now the question that I'm very curious is, after you are, I don't know if you can say it, if you're allowed to say it, did you leave right away after you guys got eliminated, or did you guys have to stay around in London? And
I mean, after the game was done, we left.
Well, I mean after you got eliminated, but
yeah, after we finished the game, we left.
Okay. So watching it back, now that you've watched the entire show, a couple of questions that come out of it is that ending. Mm-hmm. What was your reaction to the rock, paper, scissors being the game? Because when I saw it, I went, of course, classic. This is the way I decide everything with my friends. It's still, to this day, I'm 28. We still use rock, paper, scissors.
You play rock, paper, scissors right now?
Yes.
Oh, that's so funny. I do eeny, meeny, miny, mo occasionally, but I can't say I'm a rock, paper, scissors guy. I thought it was, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, this is gonna be like luck. I feel like it'll be like rolling a die. But then I watched the game go, and how good. Yeah, spoiler for everyone, I guess. But how good Mai was at reading Phil's.
Yes.
That was insane. So it was much more of a skill game than I expected.
We and my friend, because we finished it last night. And last night, guys, December 7th, when this actually airs, we watched it, and I said it comes down to rock, paper, scissors, and then the chances with the keys. It's all luck based. It's all, you have to read and luck. And I thought it was iconic way to go out with the basic children's game, because it's the real Squid Game. They fight to the death. But with an actual children's game as the last game, I thought was the perfect thing. So show's over, show's come out. What has the reactions been like? I mean, obviously, how I reacted to you, and I messaged you. I was actually in tears watching your elimination. My really good friend says that you are her favorite player, and that your death was the best one, and she saw the energy and the raw emotions on you. What has anyone else said to you?
Yeah, it's been really interesting. I'd say the most common response is just a lot of people expressing love and kindness and saying something along the lines of they were able to feel seen because they saw how I reacted on the show, and they haven't seen someone else react like that before to something. And so, though it was a very painful day for myself, I guess I'm able to feel, I'm taking joy in the fact that other people are able to feel seen. So that is nice. You
were also seen again. You were the last person to be shown before Mai revealed her bank account.
Oh,
in
yes.
The final episode. Did you know that was coming?
I knew that they had filmed that. I didn't know if it would be used. So no, I wasn't sure.
Because when I saw that, I was like, hey, Spencer, again.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of cool that you saw, the happier side of the game. Because they are, you say it in there that people just call it games. But you also said they're not. And is that, what was that statement, because I kind of resonated with it, but it was also a hard
I
thing
mean,
to
I
say.
was moody when they were interviewing me, so I don't know exactly. You're asking me to make meaning out of it. But it was something
My
along the
bad,
lines of
Peter. Think. No, I'm just
it
kidding.
was something along the lines of how serious everything
Yeah,
was, and just that like there are $4.5 million at stake, and so I feel like to call something a game makes it sound more trivial than the
yeah,
fact that like this is something life changing. But also ultimately, you can't go in there. I mean, I don't know. You can't go in there needing that money. If you
yeah,
need that money and you're there, I am so sorry. And so I was fortunate that like I didn't need the money. I was there to try to compete for other people
yeah.
who I care about. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So a couple of things before we wrap up this interview. So one of the things that I saw on one of your Instagram posts, and to me it was really moving, is you talked about when people grow apart. When people grow, they grow apart naturally, and that to me really resonated. And I think I just wanted to mention that to you, that it was something that really made me think about how 28. I've come a long way with friends and stuff. And obviously, with everything you've been through, I just wanted to say that was very touching. And I know that quote right there is going to resonate with me for a while. So thank you for that. But my final question that I wanted to ask, theater related, um, going back to the beginning, um, theater. What is your favorite musical or play?
The Drowsy Chaperone.
Really? Why is that?
Well, this is a little selfish because it's the only one I've ever been able to have the lead role in, and
Okay.
that's because I cannot sing. And so, mind you, this is back in high school, like my junior year or something. So this is not professional theater or anything by any means, but I was an okay enough of a high school theater person, and that they put me in the lead role. And so it's a story. It's a funny little story about a lonely guy trying to find community and
Yep.
love. And I think that's a lot of like what life is like for a lot of people now. I think we're in a loneliness epidemic. And so
Mhm.
I think it's especially pertinent.
I think kind of going with that, I think one of my favorites, and I just saw it. I don't know if you've seen it, Hades Town.
I've only listened to a few songs. I haven't
Okay.
had the pleasure of seeing it yet.
If you get the chance to see it, hands down worth it. I think it kind of goes to the same thing if you know Greek mythology. It's, trying to just be with people and, live a life of being with friends. So if you get a chance to see it, you should. It's epic. But no, I wanted to just thank you for coming on, doing this. But I'm going to run through your socials if I can. For people,
Okay.
if
By
they
all
want to
means.
find you, if you guys want to find him, it's Spencer. It's Spencer_299 on Instagram. TikTok, which you are starting to use more and more now, is Spencer_Hawkins299. And then the way I reached out to him, if you want to get hear from him yourself, go on Cameo. Life advice, birthday shout outs, anything like that. I mean,
Anything and everything. I love to say hello. I can say words.
and talk about Squid Game. So
I can talk about Squid Game. I can break up to your significant other if you need them to. If you need me to.
I know that I'm definitely going to reach out to see this play, to read this script when it's finished.
Well, you'll listen to it. I recorded it
Listen
kind of
to it.
like a
I want to
podcast.
hear it.
So
I'm
hopefully
excited to
within the
hear
next
it.
week.
But thank you for coming on. Stick around real quick. I'm going to end this and then we'll be
Okay.
good. Guys, that was the interview with Spencer. It was very, very cool to talk to him. Get to hear his side of the story. We talked a little bit off screen too, just about life and general of things that we didn't get to see in the television show and things that I forgot to ask while we were in the interview. But next week I have something to show you guys when I'm back in my apartment, from Squid Game that I got, made by one of our friends. We are on episode 5. We have 5 more episodes until our finale. And next week, we are kicking back to something we haven't done since season 2. So next week, our final personal interest pieces. I know they're going to be very cool to talk about. Mine's very different, and I really like it. Chrissy will be back, and you never know what we could talk about. But guys, thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm going to run through our guest handles, run through our personal handles for you guys to follow us. If you guys want to follow Spencer, it's at Spencer_299 on Cameo, at Spencer Hawkins. And then you can actually listen to his play that just came out on podcast called Spencer's Silly Stories. I haven't had a chance to listen to the silly stories. I've only got to listen to the play, so it was really good. If you guys want to follow us, Chrissy's at CRossMac_4, Kahlua _Pup410. Follow me at @JHanton, and then follow our podcast at CJ Unedited Podcast. Remember, guys, next week is our next show, February 22nd, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Central. Personal interest pieces, final one for the whole entire series. So come check out what we have to say. But until then, as always, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and remember to live your life 100% unedited. Bye.
Just watch me breaking your swing.